And our next storyteller is Dr. Maureen Miller.
Hi, thank you. I'm really delighted to be here, and I'm going to talk about another health emergency. I've spent most of my adult life talking about sex. I talk about sex with real women, where they live, how they live, in every kind of environment. So I started my research career when it was widely believed that HIV could not infect women. Well, that's how old I am, but that's also, I mean, we learned that wasn't true. And to the 1 in every 4 women that I was speaking with at that time, they already had the virus. They knew that wasn't true. So the compromise, well, these women, you know, they're injecting drug users, so they deserve to be infected. Well, no, that would be easy because at the time, injecting drug use was recognized as a risk factor by our government. But no, that wasn't the case. These women were crack users, and you smoke crack. You don't inject crack. These women were getting infected with HIV through sex. They were also really at high risk for acquiring lots of other sexually transmitted infections. And it'll probably come as no surprise to people here that you don't have to smoke crack to get a sexually transmitted infection. You don't necessarily, you just don't need to use those drugs. Many other people are at risk. Lots of men are getting infected. Lots of women are getting infected. And there are lots of risk factors. It's not drugs. Other things that affect the risk of acquiring a sexually transmitted infection include how we expect women to act in society. It includes relationship violence. It also includes how many other people are infected around you who might be a sex partner one day. So we don't talk about these things, all the other risk factors around sexually transmitted infections, and that's why it's called the hidden epidemic. So I've learned a lot from the women and men I've spoken with, and one of the things I've learned is that sexually transmitted infections can be a symptom of lots of other problems and a lot of the things that we're talking about here. So I've written a lot of academic articles about this, and I believed deeply, truly, that some of the policies that I've suggested are including, comprehensive sex education and providing condoms everywhere, from the media, promoting it in the media, to giving away at local public libraries. I thought this could make a difference. So I sat back and I waited for change to happen. And I want you to know, change did happen. For the last 3 years, we've had record-breaking increases in the rates of sexually transmitted infections in this country. Each year, more than 10 million people are newly infected with a sexually transmitted infection. People aged 15 to 24, 10 million of them. There's 10 million on top of that. This hidden epidemic is completely out of control, and it's made me crazy. So I really needed to do something about this. I thought science could handle this, by working really hard, by sharing this information and writing it in journals that are now sitting on a dusty but virtual shelf. Nobody talks about this. So what I decided to do was to start a big conversation about sex, about safe sex, about fun sex, about consensual sex. And I realized that the way to do this was through social media. So I just launched a YouTube channel called The Basics with Dr. Mo. Every Wednesday, a new video comes out, and in these videos, I do women on the street interviews, and we talk about all things sex. We talk about consent, we talk about biology, we talk about pornography, we talk about women who do sex work, we talk about all different kinds of things. Anything goes. So I just wanted to invite everyone to join me in this conversation and to become part of this new community where sex is normal and everybody talks about it, like people in Europe do. Let's become continental. So I just want to say, I started this by saying I have always talked about sex, and nothing's gonna stop me now.